What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the course. What did you think of it?
The course is very good. It's incredibly good shape. I mean, the fairways are phenomenal. The greens are holding. They're rolling well. They're just the right speed. I think if the speed of the greens remained the same, I think there's going to be quite a few low scores. But the pro-am days, the pins are in the middle, makes it a lot easier. One thing I do know is that the reception we've gotten here in Madison so far this week has been nothing short of exceptional. It's been a lot of fun. It's great to be here.
With the 3M, you know what it's like to have a tournament up in the upper Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sense the same kind of excitement for this thing here?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, there's 1,500 volunteers to start with. I mean, the amount of activity and support through the volunteers is amazing. And the title sponsor is second to none. Fantastic title sponsor. There seems to be a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm for the tournament.
How's your game these days? How do you feel?
My game is good. I'm not happy with the results I've been getting. I feel like I've been playing a lot better golf than the scores I've been shooting. So even though I've had some good results, I'm not totally happy with them. So there's always this week. You're always looking forward to kind of getting things kind of really getting going and kind of getting back on the scoring train.
Someone who's been around a lot, what's your take on the status these days of this tour and where it fits in right now?
Yeah. Well, it's first of all, there's a lot of great players on this tour. A lot of guys who can really still play the game. Household names everybody knows who really can play golf. And then every year when someone new comes out, for example, Steve Stricker turns 50 next year. Having him come out will be a real boon to the tour. But the quality of golf remains very, very high. And I think for what a lot of the tournaments are all about, a lot of them are civic events that do a lot of good for local charities and entertaining the fans in the area. I think the Champions Tour is a perfect place for a market like Madison or a place like Omaha, Des Moines, some of the markets that we go to, which are not big cities like Los Angeles. So it's a perfect fit, I think, for a city like this.
Tom, when the success factor skews towards 50 to 55, when you get out of that age bracket, how do you stay competitive and what things do you have to do to kind of maintain your edge?
Well, it's still all about driving it in play and putting. So if you can keep your short game sharp and you can stay physically healthy and physically fit, I think you can go beyond 55. There's that kind of number where it gets more difficult. But every year there's somebody who's 57, 58, 59 who plays great. I mean, Hale Irwin was playing great until his late 60s. So I think it's a lot about enthusiasm and staying in shape and staying healthy.
You get your Ryder Cup duties having in Minnesota and Wisconsin just for this region. What does that mean to have big time events like that?
Well, I'm excited about the Ryder Cup. Being in Minnesota this year, I think in Wisconsin in 4 years' time. There's such an amazing event, and growing up in Minnesota, I'm just excited for the fans there to get a chance to experience it. Looking for a big U.S. effort, victory. I think the Minnesota fans would love to kind of pull the home team to a victory, which has been kind of a long time coming, over the recent years. So exciting times for golf.
Do you get a good vibe in upper Midwest when you play back here? I mean, are you able to feed off of that, or is that kind of overstated?
No, it's not overstated. Although in Minnesota, I moved in 26 years ago, so I still feel like a Minnesotan. But I'm not. I don't live there, so that it does change a little bit. But I'm still treated extremely well, and then we come back home to the Midwest. There's always those connections. I personally love it. I love this part of the country. Even though we moved, every time we come back in the summer, we spend a month and a half in my hometown. I love doing that.